was first introduced to Bionicle probably, I think it was around 2002. I would have been 11 years old, and I was living in Ohio at the time. A friend of mine named Joe Maris, he had already was collecting Bionicles and everything. And I was over at his house one day, and I saw them, and we played with them for a little bit, and that's when my interest began to get sparked. I remember the first Bionicle model that I ever got was the original Kopaka model, and I think my second was Gali, and then Liwa, and then I forget the order exactly. I'm pretty sure Pahatu was the Toa that I got. But since it was 2002, Bionicle had already been out for about a year before I started collecting them, and really, to be perfectly honest though, I liked playing with the models and everything. I liked building and creating things out of them, but I wasn't as absorbed into the story of Bionicle until later on, because mostly I had the models and I had read the comics that came with Lego Magazine, and I had played Matanui Online Games 1 and 2, which I still have them both on my computer from offline versions that were made. I don't know how or when they were made, but I have offline versions of those two original games. I still love both of those games. I pulled them both out when I was doing Chronicles with Chronicler, just to kind of re-immerse myself into the world. And other than that, though, I never really paid close enough attention to the stories to really care. Then when remember they started making those Bionicle movies it must have been 2003, because that was when they were doing like the Mask of Light storyline, and Matanui Online Game 2 was kind of like what was going on at the same time as Mask of Light through Holly's perspective. So I remember when those came out, and then into the 2004 they went back in time with the Toa Metru and then the Toa Hordika. And 2005 was really the last year that I collected Bionicles, because then I was 14, I was starting to grow up, I was starting to have other interests beyond Lego. That's kind of when I stopped collecting them. I only had the Hordika models and the Rahaga models. I never owned the Vizorak or the, what were those, Sudarak and Rideka or something like that, I think their names were. I'm probably getting those all wrong. I'm probably pissing off a whole bunch of Bionicle people in the comments, but those are the that was the year I stopped.